This is the KBO Flip. First of all, I'm just going to unbox this and then we're going to do a full review. We're going to go out and about around the city and ride around, but I think this particular e-bike is going to be really special. I mean, look at this box. It's tiny. Let's get it open and then we'll do the full review. On top, we have a box that says charger and pedals and tools. Foam, bubble wrap, one manual at the bottom. Looks like I need to put the handlebars on next. Looks like there are just 2 bolts here to be unscrewed. And there was a box with tools, so I'm gonna get that now. Alrighty, we got a little charger for the battery, and it is a 2 amp hour charger. A couple of pedals, left, right. Looks like there's a wire up front here connected to the headlights. I'm just gonna plug that in. And that's connected. Next up, we're gonna do the seat. The seat looks really comfortable. A little suspension underneath. It's a nice wide seat. That's gonna be really nice on the bumps. Looks like we've got a couple of keys here for the battery, and the battery says it's a 36 volt, 15.6 amp hour battery. So pretty decent sized battery, not a monster, but that'll get you around the town, no problems whatsoever. And with the 2 amp charger, that's gonna take about 7 hours to charge from 0 all the way up to 100. Next up, let's mount the pedals. We got a right and a left. All right, just turn the battery on. Let's turn it on over here. Power button. 3 pedal assist levels, 1, 2, and 3. And simple odometer and speed, trip, voltage, and how long it's been on. What a super simple e-bike to put together. It's a folding e-bike. It doesn't seem to weigh very much. I mean, for an e-bike, that's crazy how light that is. It's got a quick release on the actual seat itself. And if you undo it here, you can actually lift the battery and take it with you. Store it inside, store it safely, securely, charge it somewhere else, and it keeps us a little bit less desirable for thieves. I think this is going to be an amazing e-bike for a bunch of people out there looking to save on space and also don't want a super heavy e-bike. This is lovely. Nice tires, motor at the back, 36 volt, 15.6 amp hour battery in the middle, and a super comfortable, cushy seat. Also, it's got a front suspension. That's going to make it really comfortable if you hit any bumps, and a really beautiful light. Big, bright, beautiful light. How bright is that? Now I just got to pump up the tires, either 20-inch by 3-inch wide, and they look perfect for getting around the city. And if it happens to rain, you've got these plastic pre-installed fenders to keep you nice and dry. It has front and rear brakes, and on the right-hand side here, it even has a throttle. Whoa. So I just got to make a phone call and make sure Michael is available to help me with the filming and doing a full review of that. For you, it's going to be like this. It's spring. Spring has sprung. I'm out here with Michael. We're sort of getting back into the swing of things here. We're forgetting how to use cameras, but I've got a treat today. I'm trying out the KBO Flip. It's one of these sort of lightweight e-bikes. It's the ability to fold up. It's only a 36 volt battery, but it does have a 500 watt motor at the back, and it's got a 15.6 amp hour battery back here behind the seating post area. Mechanical brakes, Shimano 7-speed derailleur, nice big light here at the front, which is, I think that's really smart. Nice big wide tires, 3-inch wide tires. They're the Chiang, I think that's what they call them. Let's look it up. Yeah, they're the Chow Yang 20 by 3-inch, and they don't have a very aggressive tread, but I'm just riding around here on the grass on some of the trails. There was no problem whatsoever. It doesn't have heaps and heaps of power, but it's so light. I mean, let's see if I can find a good spot to grab a hold of it. Yeah, I mean, it's really pretty light. So for an e-bike, if you're looking for a light e-bike, this might be a really good fit. It's not as big as some of the e-bikes that I've tried out in the past, so and it has a maximum weight of 275 pounds. So if you're on the bigger side, if you're over my size, then it's going to be probably a little bit too small for you. But I think for people, you know, living in apartments or having to commute, throw it in the back of a truck, throw it in the back of a trunk of a car, maybe in the back seat of a hatchback, this might be a really good fit. Anywho, today what I'm going to do, I'm going to ride around Victoria, try it out. I'm going to share with you what I like and what I don't like about the KBO Flip. Coming up next. Action. So one of the things I wanted to share with you is it has a suspension at the front, which really sort of takes out all the big bangs and the bumps. But the actual seat itself is really comfortable. There's no shock back here, but it's actually really quite comfortable. It's bouncy. I like it. Yeah, I think this is, I mean, here I am swerving amongst, I don't want to kill any of these daffodils, so I'm going to swerve around them. And, but this is really quite comfortable. And we're off-roading here, going over some pretty big bumps. No problem whatsoever. So there are a couple of quirky things about this. One of the things I don't like, and that has to do with the key. I think I'll show you that a little bit later on. The other thing that's a little bit quirky about it that I do like are the quick releases. I think I'll show you those a little bit later on as well. But you know, I'm actually kind of surprised. This is a little bit nicer than I thought it was going to be. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, okay, that's really, really small and really light, and it's going to be well work for somebody like my size. But yeah, it's working out fine. So the bike has three levels of pedal assist. 1, 2, 3. 1's pretty anemic. 2's pretty good. 3 is where I'm keeping it because Michael's a speed demon. I'm just trying to keep up all the time. So that being said, the 36 volts is noticeably less powerful than a 48 volt system, but it's not bad actually. I'm kind of surprised. I'm going to take it up a couple of hills coming up and test it out and see what power's like with the 500 watt motor at the back. The brakes are mechanical, and they've got the sort of 160 mil brake disc. Are they superior or superb? No, but they're adequate. They're fine. They're slowing this big guy down to a stop, and yeah, not bad. Well, the KBO Flip folds up. Let's show you how quick and easy that is. Kickstand. Let's think here. Let's do the handlebars here. There's a little button. And then this folds down. That's easy. Then there's a little crossbar thing here. Oh, there's quick release, and then there's the crossbar. That's smart. And then this folds like that. And there's a little stand that it rests on at the front here. And at the front here as well, of course, you could remove the seat. That's pretty handy. And also, if you wanted to, you could remove the actual battery as well. So that's going to make this, like, honestly, you can carry this with one arm, certainly two hands. And then, of course, the opposite. The only thing that's kind of weird is the battery itself. Like, so when I lock this down now, I actually have to keep the key inside the battery, which I don't like. I like to be able to pull the battery key away and put that in my pocket, but I guess that means you don't lose the key. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. Anyway, so slide this thing back in, slide this back on, fold this out. That's easy. All the safety pieces come into place, like this automatically locks, this automatically locks. So assuming I've got the seat at the right height, I'm good to go. So next up, I'm going to do a bit of a hill climb just to see what 36 volts with a 500 watt motor at the back will do. It's not a super steep one. I'm not going to do it up the hill of death. Yeah, I mean, I'm finding it fine, but let's find out if it'll go up this hill without a problem. I will gear down a little bit. Thumbs up on the hill test, no problem. Alrighty, Michael, it is time for the word of the day. Before you get cookie down your mouth, what's the word of the day for the KBO Flip?
It's
Capable. So, what did I like and what didn't I like about the KBO Flip? First of all, if you're looking for a smaller, lightweight e-bike, this is actually a really decent entry to the market. Like, it's got a bunch of things that I'm really liking. I really like how sturdy, and it just feels so good back here with this rack at the back. That's really nice. 36 volts by 15 amp hours. What's that, about 460, is that right? 480 watt hours. So 480 watt hours of battery isn't a massive battery, but enough to get around town, no problem whatsoever. The Shimano derailleur is super handy, especially on some of the hills. The actual brakes themselves, they were totally fine. I love in these quick release things because, you know what, if you ever get a flat tire and you have to do a quick replacement, you have to disconnect the battery or disconnect the motor from the tire, that's actually that'll drive you crazy if you don't have the quick release. So that's kind of handy. I love the quick release for the actual seat itself. And my goodness, how comfortable this seat was. Shockingly comfortable for the fact that it doesn't have a suspension at the back. But the dual fork suspension at the front is really nice. The light at the front, I thought that was really quite powerful. And just having the three passenger, just having the three levels of power was perfectly fine. I'm a big guy, I'm about 264 pounds right now, and I'm 6 feet tall, and yeah, this worked for me.